My career path was not a conventional career path. In the entertainment industry, you will find people who have the same jobs, but they did not follow the same path to get there. And that's very common. Everybody does different things to end up where they end up. But for me, I ended up, my interest after doing my internship with CNN was in journalism. And I thought I was going to be a hard news person. And that changed because as you work out, when you have jobs, you learn different things about those jobs and you find you have interest in different areas. And for me, I kept pursuing my interest, things that I was curious about and things that I was interested in, and not necessarily having one set goal in my head. I didn't know where I was going to end up. I didn't even know that this job existed. And so I was interested in news, and I went from there. I ended up working at the ABC affiliate in Atlanta. One day when I was driving home from work, I got stopped by a production assistant who was blocking a street, and he was working on a movie. So I started asking him questions. I was like, "What are you doing, and why are you stopping me?" He didn't want me to drive that way. He explained what it was that he was doing. And that kind of planted a seed in my head that, oh, that sounds interesting. So I started finding out more about that, and I started taking classes at the community college there and learning more about film production. Eventually, through one of the classes, I met a production manager. Actually, I met a Black woman named Grace Blake, who was a production manager in New York, and I asked her if I could come interview her. And I did, and I went and talked to her and asked her a bunch of questions about what it is that she did and what her job was. And she recommended she recommended me to a production coordinator to work as a production assistant. So I ended up quitting my job at ABC and working on a movie. So I had a guarantee of a job for 3 months, which I didn't know at the time was really no guarantee. And I did that job, and I ended up on my next movie, and then the next movie, and the next movie. And for the next 3 years, I worked as a production assistant and did not understand that there were periods of time when I was going to be unemployed because I was working all the time. So it was a great experience for me. As I went through that process, I learned that there were people who were in the Directors Guild of America. I wanted to find out how I could join that. I pursued that. I got into the Directors Guild, and I became a second AD. I worked on a variety of projects, television, multi-camera film, film projects. I did just about anything and everything you could think of. And from that, I decided, and that interested me, and then I became a first AD very briefly because I had learned about production managers and producers, and I thought, well, that's what I would like to try. So then I started pursuing that, and that led me to where I am now, which is a unit production manager.